Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great day. Y'all, Wednesday night is our night off. Griffin doesn't have any football practice on Wednesday nights, and so it is the only night of the week that we don't have anything going on. And so I am making dinner, which I don't typically get to when football practice is going on. Our dinner is just all screwed up. So tonight I'm making dinner and we'll actually be able to eat together. And so I'm doing chili. Andrew's been craving chili. He loves chili. It's one of his favorites. It's not one of my favorites, but I have changed my chili recipe through the years, and it's different, a little bit different every time I make it. But anyways, he loves chili. So even though it's not really cold outside, he's craving it. So we're doing chili today. It's 81 outside, so it's sunny. It's still nice and warm, but we're having chili tonight. So what about y'all? Have y'all had your first soup of the season yet? Or maybe you do soup all the time. We haven't had soup in a long time. So I am kind of looking forward to it. I'm definitely excited about soup season because I love soups. They're one of my favorites. So this chili, honestly, like I said, I've sort of adapted it and changed it through the years, and it's honestly a little different every time. So, I'm just going to walk you through what I'm going to do today. And I don't have a recipe necessarily, so I'm just going to show you what I do and what ingredients I use, okay? So let's see who we've got joining me today. When you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Maxine. Hello, Danae. She said she made potato soup last week. I love potato soup. That is definitely at the very top of my list of favorite soups. We need to do like a little, what do you call it? You know, I want to say special, but that's not. Anyways, different lives where I make some of my favorite different soups. We could do zuppa toscana, we could do lasagna soup, we could do potato soup, all my different favorite soups. That would be really fun. Hey, Carol. Hello, Aletta. Hey, hello over on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Y'all, if you would please do me a favor and sprinkle the video, share it out into the world so more people can come and watch us cook and learn how to make this chili. Everyone's got a different chili recipe. Every chili is different. No two seem to be the same. And some people like pasta in their chili and some people don't like pasta in their chili. Some people like it spicy and some people like it sweet. So y'all tell me, how do you like your chili? Are you spicy, sweet, pasta, no pasta? We are spicy and no pasta over here. However, Griffin did ask me for pasta. My mom makes hers with spaghetti in it, and Griffin's wanting spaghetti in his. So, hello over on YouTube. Hi, Hawks9U on YouTube. Hello. All right. So, what I'm going to do to start, I've got a big pan over here. I have some meat. I've got a couple of pounds of ground meat over here, and this is ground beef and ground pork. So it's a mixture. You could use whatever kind of meat you want. So you can use ground beef, you can use ground pork, ground chicken, ground turkey, sausage. You can do whatever you want to, okay? Then I've got some chili beans. These are the kind that Andrew got. I also sometimes like the Brooks chili beans. He got 1 can of spicy. Sometimes we will do a couple of cans of the spicy chili beans, and then we'll also do the regular so it's not too spicy. I've also got a couple of cans of Rotel, and he bought 1 original and 1 hot. Hello, Kim over on YouTube. Hey, Michelle, she said she likes her spicy. Danae likes her spicy and no pasta. I agree. Hey, Glenda, good to see you. I've also got just a can of regular petite diced tomatoes. I've got some chipotle peppers. I have some tomato juice. I've got some onions, some garlic, and some poblano peppers, okay? I also have some jalapenos. So I've got some peppers, onions over here that had already been cooked. So I'm going to add those in last, and there are jalapenos in there. So you can add whatever you want to, of course. But I'm going to start by preheating my pan, my big pot here, okay? I'm going to preheat it on medium high, and I'm going to get my onions diced up. Now, I would do 2 onions if I didn't already have some cooked onions that need to be eaten. So I'm going to put those in the chili at the end. So I didn't need 2 onions because of that. So I'm just doing 1 medium onion. And like I said, I would do 2. And this makes a lot of chili because Andrew wants to have leftovers. But you could just do 1 pound of meat as well. Pasta and chili is chili mac. Yes, that's sort of how my husband feels. He thinks that it is just wrong to put pasta in chili. But I always grew up with pasta and chili. That's the way my parents always did it. All of my family did it that way. Then when I married Andrew, Andrew was like, no, you can't be putting pasta in chili. And I think I've made pasta on the side for a while. And then finally I just got to where I liked it without the pasta in it. So, you know, just all is what you get used to, I guess. Okay, so I've got the 1 onion chopped up. I've also got 2 poblano peppers here. Now you could use green peppers if you want to here. You could use whatever kind of peppers you like. I personally, and Andrew also, we do not like green peppers. Now I like, you know, red, yellow, and orange peppers, but I don't like green peppers. But I love poblano peppers because they have a little bit of spice to them. They're not super spicy, but I just think they're really good in chili. So, and we use them in place of green peppers all the time. So I'm just chopping those up really quick. What are y'all having for dinner? See, Jessalyn said she's making enchiladas. What kind of enchiladas are you making, Jessalyn? Are you doing chicken and then like with a red sauce or green sauce? What kind of enchiladas are you doing? All right, so we'll just chop these up. Do y'all like to chop? I like to chop. It's one of my favorite parts of cooking. Beef and red sauce. Sounds good. Okay. So I'm going to grab some olive oil, and I'm just going to put some olive oil in the bottom of the pan. A couple of tablespoons. And then we're just going to transfer our onions and our peppers to our pan. Let me find my, I don't know where my other one is, but this one will work. Ooh, chicken pot pie. Andrew does not like chicken pot pie. So unfortunately, I never get chicken pot pie. But I love chicken pot pie. Breakfast burritos sound amazing. I love breakfast burritos. Ooh, that sounds good, Michelle. Sounds very good. Okay. So I just put my onions and my peppers into my pan with my olive oil. I'm just going to stir that around a little bit to coat them in the olive oil. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some salt on top. About a teaspoon. Right on top of our vegetables. Okay, and we're gonna let that cook for a minute. And while that cooks, I'm gonna chop up my garlic. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cloves of garlic. I don't really think you can ever have too much garlic. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like you can never have too much garlic. We love garlic around here. So this is a measure from your heart, kind of a chili, you know, you just measure from your heart. And put in however much you want to put in. So I like to chop this up kind of fine. Do you all, when you cut up garlic, do you cut it with a knife like I'm doing, or do you use a garlic press? I like to just do it the old-fashioned way and just chop it up. When it comes to the kitchen, I'm pretty simple. I don't like a lot of gadgets and things. I kind of like to just stick to the basic stuff. Now, of course, I like my, you know, KitchenAid, and I like having a blender and a food processor, but I don't have an air fryer. You know, I like the old-fashioned can opener, things like that. I'm just a little basic. All right. So that looks good. We're gonna save this for later. I'm not gonna put it in just yet because I don't want it to burn. Okay, but we're just gonna leave that there. Let me grab a towel. All right. So we're gonna let this cook for another couple of minutes, and then we're gonna add in our beef. Well, actually, beef and pork. I'm gonna go on and open up all of my cans and get those ready to go. Now you can use any kind of beans that you want to. We just always use chili beans, but you could throw in, you know, black beans. You could do white beans. You could do whatever. But I use chili beans, and I use the sauce that they're in as well. So I don't drain them or rinse them. I keep that sauce. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Did you put it away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very hard though.
It's very hard to put away. How come?
Because I had to drive it up in there. And I ran over one of the bricks, and it followed along with me. I dragged it all the way up to the shed.
Oh, yeah.
Got it in there though.
Good.
Yeah, thankfully.
All right. Y'all don't forget to sprinkle and celebrate the video. Share it out there so more people can come and join. All right, so I've got 4 cans of chili beans, 2 cans of Rotel, and 1 can of just regular petite diced tomatoes. I've also used fire roasted tomatoes in this before, and that's really good. Andrew didn't really like that very much. I liked it a lot. So you can use any kind of tomatoes you want to use. All right. I'm going to go on and put my meat in here and start breaking my meat up. So my onions and peppers are not cooked yet. They're just starting to cook. I just want to give them a head start because they take a little longer than the meat does. Okay, so it's 2 pounds of ground pork and ground beef. Okay, you could do all beef, you could do all pork, you could add chicken, sausage, any kind of meat that you want. Let me see if I can move y'all over here so you can see inside the pan. There we go. So you can see what we're looking like here. So I'm just breaking the meat up. And I'm gonna crank the heat all the way up to brown this meat really quick. This is a very easy chili. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more salt on top of the meat. And I'm also gonna add some pepper. Just start to get that browned and get the onions and the peppers combined with the hamburger. All right. Okay, while that continues, I'm gonna bring you back over here and I'm gonna start chopping up my chipotle peppers. Okay. So, have y'all ever used chipotle peppers before? Chipotle peppers they do have a spice to them, but they're also very smoky in flavor. So they're gonna add some smokiness to the chili, which is gonna be really good. Let me grab a fork. Okay. Hey Carol, good to see you. All right, so I'm just gonna get a couple of them out. They are spicy, so the more you do, the spicier your chili is gonna be. You can also use the sauce that's in here. This sauce is called adobo sauce, and we're gonna pour some of that into the chili as well. So I'm just gonna chop these up. And I'll just kind of get them diced up, and they'll just sort of blend right into the chili, but add a flavor and a kick. Okay, and I'm gonna go on and add this into my chili right in with the meat. So it can start getting that flavor into the meat. I want all that juicy goodness. Okay. And then I'm gonna dump some of that adobo sauce in here as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my fork, move the peppers out of the way, and then just dump a little bit of that sauce in there. And I'm just gonna keep breaking up the meat and letting it brown, as well as let the vegetables continue cooking all the way. It's looking good. Okay, got another can to open here. It's the hardest part of chili is opening all the cans. Y'all are being so quiet today. Is everyone else cooking dinner right now? Okay. And then I've also got some tomato juice. I never use all of this. I really don't use a ton of it. And I usually have a bunch left over. But that's okay. So I'm gonna go on and open this. You could also use tomato paste and water. You could use tomato sauce, whatever you want. Thank you, Jackie. All right, so let me find my little, here it is. This thing is old. I mean, this thing probably has been around since the early 90s. All right. Okay. We are getting close. I'm gonna move you back over here because we're getting close to really starting to put all this together. Okay, so I want y'all to be able to see what we're doing here. Aw, Jesselyn, sweet. Yes, Karika, I hope I'm saying your name right. Probably most of it's going to get eaten. Did you mean the chipotle peppers though? Yes, I freeze them sometimes, and sometimes I just stick them in the fridge because I do use them. The tomato juice, okay. Yeah, I never thought about freezing the tomato juice. Okay, so my meat is pretty well brown. I'm gonna grab my garlic now and add it in here. So I'm adding it at this point because I didn't want it to burn. Okay, Carol, we're making chili. And I'm just going to stir that in with the meat until it's fragrant. Let's start to smell garlic. All right. And now we're ready to dump. Okay, so we're going to dump all our cans. So we've got a can of hot Rotel. I'm going to leave it on high. Okay. We've got a can of original Rotel, a can of petite diced tomatoes, and then we've got 4 cans of chili beans. I like my chili heavy on the beans. You know, some people don't even put beans in their chili. Do you all put chili or beans in your chili? Yay! Thank you, Karika. All right, and sauce and all, okay? Juice and all with the tomatoes. Sauce and all, put the whole thing in there. Okay, and you can see why we're leaving it on high because it's starting to settle as we put these in. We want this to just get hot, so. Okay. Now I'm gonna stir this around. It's starting to look really yummy. Yes, I feel like you gotta have beans and chili, right? It's necessary, for sure. Okay, so you can see how this is starting to come together. Carol says she likes to rinse hers. Tammy says she puts beans in hers. Terry says yes. Carol says yes. Okay. All right, so this is looking really good. I'm gonna add some tomato juice now, and the tomato juice will just thin it out, whatever consistency that you want it to be. You can put as much or as little in there. If you like it super thick, then don't put a lot of chili or a lot of tomato juice, okay? I'm liking it like that right there. Wow, without beans. I know that's how my brother is, Jackie. He will not eat it with beans. And I'm like, that's not even chili. If it doesn't have beans, it's not even chili. You know, I just feel like you gotta have beans in it. Okay, now this is a cheat right here. I sometimes will do it without, and sometimes I do it with. So you can do it however you want to. I'm using Chilio today. Now you could leave the Chilio and just do spices. And if I was just gonna do spices, then I would do chili powder. I would do garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, salt, and pepper. Okay. Today though, I'm doing Chilio. So Andrew went to the grocery for me and he bought Chilio. So we're gonna go with Chilio. Lisa, that's the first person I've ever heard to say that. We like to do peanut butter sandwiches with our chili as well. Sometimes we do grilled cheese and sometimes we do peanut butter. Have you ever tried a grilled peanut butter? That's what we typically will do, is a grilled peanut butter, which is amazing if you've never tried it. So I'm just gonna dump, I dumped in 2 packages, 1 package per pound of meat, okay? And the Chilio just has all those seasonings in it. I don't even know what all it has in it. This one's with onion. It's got spices, chili pepper, onion. It's got a little flour in it, salt, garlic, all those things that I just told you to add. Y'all gotta try, Lisa, you gotta try it grilled. It's amazing. Combo of chili beans, dark red kidney beans, and light red. Yes, Linda. Terry, you heard correct. Yay, Terry. It'll be fun to see you. Hi, Kim Long. Cumin is used in, it's sort of a smoky spice. It's used in taco seasoning. To me, chili is missing. If you don't have cumin in it, it's missing it. You made chili today too, Sandy? Ooh, cheese quesadillas, that's a great idea. Michelle has had grilled peanut butters. Yes, Tammy. Okay, I haven't had that one, Tammy. That one sounds interesting. Cheese and sour cream on top of your chili? Absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna add in here. So remember I said at the beginning that I had some cooked peppers and onions that needed to be eaten. Okay, so we make, I do fish tacos a lot, and we do grilled or cooked, sauteed onions and poblano peppers and jalapenos, and put that on our fish tacos. So I have some left over and it needs to be eaten. So I'm just gonna dump this in, and I'm doing it at the end, right? Because I didn't want those to get too cooked because they're already cooked. All right, so I'm just gonna mix that in, and then we're gonna give it a taste and see what spices we need. See if it's spicy enough, see if it's salty enough, and if it's got enough chili flavor. Andrew doesn't like it to be too tomatoey, so I don't want to go overboard on the tomatoes. I gotta subdue the tomato a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to reach a bowl here so I can give this a taste. All right, let me go grab a spoon. Oh, funny, Tammy. I'm gonna have to try that. Andrew asked for a grilled cheese as well, so he's wanting grilled cheese tonight. Mmm. It's got a kick to it, y'all. I think it's perfect. That's delicious. I think it's perfect. I don't think it needs anything else. It's got a kick to it that hits in the back of the throat. And it's got plenty of flavor. So that Chili-O just flavors it all and makes sure that you have enough flavoring in there, enough seasoning in there. This is ready, y'all. It's ready. I'm just gonna let it get a little bit warmer, and it is good to go. That's how quick and easy that is. So to recap, we started with 1 onion. If I hadn't had the onions and peppers already cooked, then I would have done 2 onions in the beginning. I probably would have done 3 poblanos, and I probably would have added a jalapeno in there as well in the beginning, okay? Then we added in our ground pork and ground beef combination and let it cook and brown. We added salt to that as well as it cooked. Then after that was cooked, while it was cooking, I also added 3 chipotle peppers and adobo sauce into the meat. And then when all the meat was cooked, I added in my garlic. I used 6 cloves of garlic and diced them up small and put them in with the meat until it was fragrant. After that, I started adding all my cans. So we did 4 cans of chili beans, just regular plain chili beans. I used 3 plain ones and 1 can of spicy chili beans. We used 2 cans of Rotel and 1 can of petite diced tomatoes. Dump everything in, juices and all, okay? Then I used some tomato juice to thin it out a little bit and to get it to the consistency that I want it to be. And then that's it. Added our Chilio. Really, Doreen? That's crazy. Well, like I said, you can replicate Chilio. You just have to add spices until it tastes right. But you'll just use chili powder, cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. Okay, and that should give you a Chilio flavor. So, all right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed this. I'll take a picture and I'll post all the ingredients. Again, this is a measure with your heart kind of a dish, right? Chili is just one of those things. So you just add what you want and taste it in the end and see how it tastes and see what you need. So, all right, have a fabulous evening. Thanks for cooking with me, y'all. I mean, literally that took just a few minutes, 30 minutes, and dinner's ready. So I'll see